Hello, welcome to Beach View, our podcast where we talk about all sorts of things and cool stuff. And today we're going to go for a common theme, which is music.
Yeah, we're doing a mixtape.
Yes. So I don't know if you know anything about mixtapes, but when I was younger, we actually had legit mixtapes. This is like my old age when I was a kid. Like we used to record on cassettes and make a mixtape. So
yes,
that's what this is. Yeah,
well,
it's a little bit different now.
Mixed CDs, but then by the time of the iPod era, it was just playlists. So
yeah. Well, this is our mixed playlist.
Yeah, I just figured that'd be a fun thing to do. We were struggling to come up with an album to do. And I was like, what if instead of an album we threw together some, we each picked a few songs and called it a mixtape.
So I reached deep into my music playlist and found some interesting picks that we could discuss. So without further ado,
first, I want to ask,
okay,
how does this work as a mixtape, do you think? If someone gave this to you and, no context, and you listened to it all the way through, how would that, how do you think it goes together?
I actually think it kind of goes together pretty nicely, which is kind of funny, because usually, if I'm putting together, a playlist, it's gonna have a lot of, hip-hop, maybe some pop, and most of my picks were not that. They were just kind of out there for me, at least, and I felt like it kind of goes well with your picks. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they mostly fit together. There's a few outliers,
yeah.
And there's two main sort of tracks here. There's a bit of a more downbeat pop electronica sound, and then a kind of rock sound going on, but mostly works together.
But as far as overall theme, I'd be okay, interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would your reaction be if you listened to it?
I don't know. It's a bit eclectic. There's, like I said, there's definitely some patterns that fit together, but yeah, it's got a decent mix.
There you go. All right, I like this. So, and I've always wanted to bring back the mixtape, and make mixtapes for family and friends when it's their birthday or something. Of course, I never do, but I always kind of like that throwback, when somebody makes you a mixtape. So here we go. I'll get right into it. So my first song is Blackout by Sublime with Rome. Are you familiar with Sublime with Rome?
So I think I heard about the story a few years back that Sublime, the 90s band, very popular in their day, and their lead singer died, right?
Correct, yes.
Yes, so they brought on Rome to fill in and make a new band out of it, basically.
Yeah, and I like that they kept, Sublime, they kept the name, but then added Rome, so it was recognizing that it's a new band, but it's still kind of the same, similar sounds and all that kind of stuff, and I think Rome does it justice. So if you were a hardcore Sublime fan, and I used to really rock out some Sublime back in the day. If you're a hardcore fan, I think you can get, how sometimes if a band member changes, especially lead singer, you're ugh, I can't get into it. But I think Rome really does a good job fitting into that, and also having a good sound. So yeah, I think he does great.
It's definitely I don't know much about Sublime past their first album that was really big, but this definitely feels if you were gonna do a modern take on what they were doing back then, this is what it would sound like. Yeah,
and I think it still has the same gives you the same feeling. It's kind of laid back, kind of has that California vibe, that kind of reggae influence ish, so I think it has the same feelings. And I of course, I wasn't into Sublime, in the 90s. It was, later that I kind of, picked it up and, was listening to it. And I really liked them because they used to give, free concerts and stuff. And they were really like a band of the people, you know, so I enjoyed that. And I think they have like the same kind of, you know, feelings now. But, okay, so tell me, Blackout, thoughts?
So yeah, I thought it was a decent song. It's not something I would listen to, like, on my own. It's not something I would have come across, but yeah, it's a solid song.
Yeah.
It's got, you know, that pop reggae feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think the beat and the percussion was solid. The vocals, Rome does a good job there. I like the instrumentation. And it's, you know, decently constructed pop song. I particularly liked the off-kilter delivery in the chorus, I think, of the line, "I'm starting to black out. I'm staring at the stars." There's like a break in the tempo, and it's... Yeah, I think that fits with, like, you know, the line, "I'm starting to black out."
Yeah, I like the delivery of it. And to be honest, I really didn't know much about Sublime with Rome until Travis had been, you know, talking about it recently and listening to it recently. And he's like, "You ought to listen to this." And so he really is the one who, like, you know, brought this up to me. But they have some good songs. And I was thinking they were just doing like kind of covers or like redos of their old song. He's like, no, it's like original music too, you know? So I was listening to it and I was like, okay, I like this one. It's kind of got that vibe. I don't know. I just think Sublime, as well as Sublime with Rome, is like, you're listening to it when you're like sitting outside, like chilling, you know, like, I don't know. It's got that total like relaxation vibe to me. So I thought this was a pretty good hit. I don't think they're that, like, I don't ever hear anybody talking about Sublime with Rome. So I think they're kind of more...
Yeah.
Not so much pop, you know, but I think they still have like a pretty decent following, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how would you rate this one? You liked it? It was good?
Yeah.
I like the percussion, too.
Yeah. It's a bit of a surprise to me, because, like I said, this isn't like a genre I usually listen to. It's not something I would have found on my own, but...
Yeah,
it's a nice song.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, so I did good on my first pick. Glad to hear it. Do you want to get into your first pick?
Yeah, I imagine, because I'm a lot pickier about music than you are, so...
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I like that. That sounds good. And you're like, well...
I think maybe my pick went better for you than yours did for me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like it always does, so...
Alright, so which song should I do first? Let's go with Surrounded or Spiraling by Silversun Pickups.
Okay.
Which is from their 2009 album Swoon.
Ooh, 2009.
So, thoughts?
Okay, I liked it. I thought it was good. I was trying to remember. I feel like I've heard this song before, but I don't know where I would have heard it. Like, I felt like maybe it was in a movie or something. Like,
could have been.
But I really don't know. But it just had like a familiar sound to me. So I was like, I think I've heard this, but I could be totally remembering this wrong. But
Silversun Pickups have had a few hits, and they've had a few songs in movies, I think. So
okay,
you might have heard them before, even if not this song.
Yeah, like I didn't know who it was, but I just felt like I think I heard, you know, maybe something. But I thought it was good. I like the sound of it, which sounds so general. I like the sound of it. but I liked, I just liked when, like, you know, I always go to the lyrics, and
yeah,
I just thought, like, when they're talking about when I played assassin, remember when you joking turned grim, like, it just, I don't know, I liked how it was talking about romanticizing the memories and stuff like that. So I thought it was like a nice little tune, had a good little beat to it. I don't know. What do you think?
So, yeah, it's interesting that you brought up the lyrics, because that's one of the things I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
So, this is an interesting song for the band, because they usually have lyrics that are kind of, like, vague and poetic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not nonsensical, but just hard to discern meaning from.
Okay.
So, as an example, the ending refrain from their song Common Reactor is, "Let's break the window panes and separate the walls from all the nails, and maybe if we're loud we'll stay alive. Well, everybody wants to join the fight, but even if we barricade the door and seal it with the blood found on the floor, we're always going to cross the finish line. Well, everybody wants to run and hide, but now it's too late."
Ooh.
Like, that's it paints a clear picture.
Yeah.
But you're, like, missing context. Like, what does that mean?
What is this in reference to?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And this song, by contrast, is very direct. Like, it's very clear what it's about.
Yeah.
So I thought that was, like, an interesting thing to bring up.
Yeah, I thought it was good. So I liked how at the end they talk about, like, it's perfect. Is it perfect in our little hell?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of like...
I like that line.
I just like the phrasing, yeah. You know, it's kind of like telling for what they're really talking about. But the surrounded or spiraling, I even like how that's, like, in parentheses. So it's surrounded and then parentheses or spiraling.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of a, I don't know, kind of a cool, cool take on that, you know, because it's like, are you surrounded or are you spiraling?
Well, that's the line in the chorus.
Yeah.
We're surrounded or spiraling.
Yeah, and I just liked how it was like, it kind of makes you question, like, you know, I don't know, I thought it was cool, so, yeah.
I think the lyrical, like, content of this is neat, both in, like, you know, form and content. Like, it's about, like, remembering a shared past with someone, knowing it was bad, but still, like, romanticizing it, feeling positive about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, there's several lines I like in this song. Like, I just like their lyricism in general, but especially in this song. Like, the line, remember when you broke my halo, remember how I tied your wings in, I like, and the, bit in the chorus, let's romanticize our beloved memories, let's demonize our softest injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked how
like
it
that.
spoke to, like, when you're looking back, and this sounds like, in particular, like a relationship, like, when you're looking back, it's like you kind of distort your memories a little bit, and that, like they're saying, let's demonize our softest injuries. Like, sometimes that does happen, like, you think stuff was really worse than it was, and other times you kind of just, like, paint a pretty picture over it, and you romanticize it, you know, so I think that's pretty true to life, and that's not really, like, you don't really hear a lot of songs like this.
Yeah.
So I thought it was
It's
really
definitely
good. Yeah.
a kind of unique topic.
Yeah. It's also, like, a little, like, I don't want to say, like, not depressing, but I think it kind of,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
on
I mean?
the darker side.
Yeah, it's on the darker side. It takes, like, kind of a darker tone where it's like, you know, remember when my joking turned grim, and you're like, ooh, that's a little sinister. Like, what happened here? You know, like, I don't know, but I think it's good.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah, I really like the guitar in this song, which, I mean, I like Silversun pickups in general for their guitar work, their distortion. They're kind of, like, shoegazy, so they're really into that, like, atmospheric guitars, cool distortions, stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
you know, I really like that in this song. It's neat.
I thought that was cool too. It has a really good sound.
Yeah.
You're, like, all technical, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds nice.
I'm not as technical as I could be, but that would require me to, like,
You're more technical than I am.
transcribe stuff.
I'm like, percussion. Yeah, I like it. Anyway. Yeah, I thought it was good. All right, you ready for my second pick?
Yep.
Okay. This was a little bit of an unusual one. Again, so Redbone by Childish Gambino.
That's unusual for you?
Yes, it was
Oh,
unusual for
okay.
me.
See, I figured this is something that you listen to regularly.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, obviously I've heard it before. I think it's, like, a chill song, but it's different than, like, my normal,
Okay.
like, stuff that I listen to. But I thought it was an interesting song because, for one, I think it's really funny how a lot of people don't realize that Donald Glover is Childish Gambino. So, like, did you know that?
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah, well, like, people don't know, and, so it's, like, this funny thing, like I saw a thing on Instagram not long ago, and it was, like, somebody saying, like, whoa, like, it just blew my mind, like, Donald Glover is childish, and then somebody else wrote, like, that's really a mean thing to say, like, and it was just, like, a funny, like, joke, you know what I mean? And, and it was, like, just a funny thing, but I'm like, I think it's hilarious that people, like, just don't realize that. I don't know. Anyway, so that was the first thing. Donald Glover's Childish Gambino. But in this song, he sings like in a higher pitch, or I guess, I don't know, is that what you call it? Like a higher
Yeah.
pitched voice, or like the tone of it is higher. And it's just like a different kind of sound than he usually does. And people were saying that like it was like auto-tune and like all this stuff. And he's like, no, I just sang different on it. Like he has a wide range.
It does sound like a vocal effect, though. Like, I thought it was, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I just remember people saying that. But he's like, no, I just sang differently. It's all
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, if he has that kind of range, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and so I also read that like he performs live and stuff too, so you can tell like he's actually singing. But I'm like, well, I mean, you can have some.
Well, I think even if this was an effect, it's still really cool. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not one of those
cool.
people who's like, ugh.
Yeah. So, and Redbone is like I was reading about. It's like a Cajun, I guess, phrase for someone who's like mixed race, I guess. And so I was kind of like, I don't really know how that really fit into the song, but I thought it was an interesting thing. But what did you think of the song?
Yeah, it's just a good song. Like, it's got a bit of a like funky beat to it, the bass line and the like that sort of thing. I thought the instrumentation was good, the like timbre choices, and it's just good R&B with really good production behind it.
Yeah, it's got that kind of funky
like we were
sound.
talking about with the vocals. Yeah, those were good too.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was a good beat. And I was reading that it was also like influenced by like funkadelics, and so I thought that was kind of it's just a funky different sound than like. But I think Childish Gambino does a really good job with instrumentation. Like I think everything he like it just flows,
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a lot of talent, like as an actor and a musician. And I like, I don't really listen to his music that much, but I thought this was a cool song. And that it had like a different kind of sound to it, which is like, I was like, I'm going to add that to that so we can discuss it. So,
yeah, okay.
But again, not something I would normally listen to like on my playlist, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, okay. That's the only bit that surprised me here that you say, like, because I thought for sure this was like a normal Jin song.
Well, I did make a note to add it to my like chill low key playlist, but I haven't actually added it yet. So I like to do different playlists, but yeah. So all right, well there you go. What's your number 2?
All right, let's do "Washing Machine Heart" by Mitski.
Okay, tell me what you thought about this song.
So this is from her 2018 album "Be the Cowboy." And we talked about Mitski on a previous episode of the podcast, or at least I did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This time is positive, though, because this is probably her best song.
Yeah?
It's definitely one of my favorites, at the very least. What'd you think?
I liked it. It was, I first listened to it, and I was like, wait, like, what? What is this song? Like, what is this song about? Which is my normal reaction to stuff, by the way, if you haven't noticed. I'm always like, what? And then I listened to it again, and I was like, all right, I can get down with this. It's got a good beat to it, So, what does this song mean?
I mean, it's about a bad relationship. Like, it's very, like, sad song, honestly.
Yeah, it was a little sad, and I was just like, oh. But, yeah, it makes me sad, but, no, I thought, I just like the lyrics to it. Like it says, hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Like, put your dirty shoes in my washing machine heart.
It's very good imagery.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. And then I like when it just kind of gets to the end of it where it's saying, why not me, why not me? So it is a sad song, but I thought it was a cool pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, probably her best song. It's got a really good beat to it. The like percussion in particular, and like the synths are just incredible. Like I think the bass line and the lead on this song are just like really well put together. It's a really well composed song.
Yeah.
Mitski singing's always good, but I think on this song in particular, especially the ending, is just a fantastic song, and it's short but still great.
Right, short but still great. I really like the ending of it, like I said, as well. And I noticed the percussion on it as well. I thought that was like, it was a good, good beat there. And I'm not that familiar with Mitski. I know we talked about her before, but I thought, I was like, this is kind of a cool song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've never heard it before. So again, I always like listening to stuff that I've never heard of. So pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although I will say, if you want to listen to more Mitski, most of her songs are on the sad side, so.
Yeah. Maybe like if I'm in like a sad mood and I need some background music to go with my mood.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. Yeah. All right. So, ready for my next one?
Yep.
Okay, so my next one is a real interesting pick. This one is Bike by Pink Floyd. So I chose this one because it's kind of off the wall. Pink Floyd is not something that I ever listen to, even though like I am familiar, with Pink Floyd's music, obviously, but like everyone else is. But I don't remember ever hearing this song. And so I found it kind of by accident. I was just like scrolling through some music and just trying to, kind of see what I found. And I was like, oh yeah, we're doing this one. So, so Bike by Pink Floyd is, all I can say about it is a real interesting song.
Yeah, so I don't like classic rock.
No, I don't either.
So I did not like this song. Like it is a particular kind of classical rock, like that very whimsical sort of like, I associate this with the Beatles,
Yeah.
but I'm not familiar enough to know if that is like the pick to choose here. I mean, I guess it's not a bad one, but
yeah, I always think like Pink Floyd is in their own little genre all on their own, because they have some like real like psychedelic, like they must have been high on some drugs when they put this together kind of music, and which is what makes it interesting, right? Not all of it obviously, but that's what makes it interesting. So that's why I picked this one, because I was just like, Pink Floyd to me is so like, I don't really get it, but it is a very particular genre of classic rock, I think. I thought this was a funny song because to me it was just like off the wall, and it has some like real interesting music in this. So like, especially at the end where it's like, to me it sounds like bird noises. I don't even know what they use to make that sound.
It's a lot of different stuff. It was a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, it's just like to me it's like a mashup of like all these different sounds, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, maybe you have to be high to appreciate it. I'm not real sure. But it's just so weird that I was like, I gotta put this one on my playlist.
Okay, so I took notes on all these songs I listened to just to, keep it in memory. And what I wrote was whimsical in a garbage way, goofy in a lame way. Like, the vocals were bad. I don't like classic rock. Until the outro happened, which I thought was great.
Yeah. That's what I'm like, how do they even make that, like, that sound?
Yeah, I don't know. But I like stuff like that very noisy, like cacophony of sound, with just like a bunch of instruments and noises all going off.
That was the best part of the whole song, because the lyrics are just like, what?
Yeah.
Like not in a good way, not that make you wonder, just like, what
whimsical
are they talking
garbage.
about? They're talking about, I've got a bike. Yeah.
Deliberately whimsical, and I don't like it.
Yeah. No, I didn't like it either, but I thought it was a good one to talk about.
Yeah.
And I made Travis listen to it too. So I was like, have you heard the song Bike by Pink Floyd? I was like, you should listen to it. And I didn't tell him anything else, so I'll have to see what he thinks of that. But yeah, it's a real interesting one. I'm
gonna be honest, I don't think this is that weird. Like, the first part is very much like, you can find plenty of songs from this era like this. Like I said, that very whimsical style of classic rock. And the outro is like, maybe not exactly like this, but I've definitely listened to a lot of songs that have the sort of like noisy outro, so.
Yeah.
And I really like
yeah.
that in songs.
Yeah, noisy outros. There you go. Yeah, no, I just think everything Pink Floyd does is just kind of out there, like to me.
Yeah, that's
which,
true.
I mean, I know they were like hugely popular, but I was just kind of like, it's an odd one. It's definitely weird for my taste. So
Yeah. Well, this is certainly the weirdest song on here for for our mixtape.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is definitely not my usual playlist. So I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I didn't like the song, but, well, I didn't like the first half of the song, but it was a good pick for that reason, I think.
Yeah. Just for discussion purposes. And I did think the music was kind of cool, like all this different sounds. And I was like, I don't even know how they're making that noise. Cool. So give them points for creativity here.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, let's go to your third pick.
Alright, Now Herein by Cloud Nothings. Here spelled like to hear something, like a sound, not here as in the place. Hear. Just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
This is from their 2014 album, Here and Nowhere Else. And the Here and Nowhere Else in the title is spelled Here, so like the place.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but it's something noteworthy, I guess.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this one?
I like the song. I thought it was a pretty good one. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to look up for my notes.
Okay. You also took notes.
Yeah. I've never heard of Cloud Nothings. So this is my first time, I think, listening to it, unless we did before and I just don't remember. But I thought it was pretty good. Like, lyrically, I liked the lyrics. I thought it was kind of cool that they say, like, I can feel your pain and I feel all right about it. I just like that part, like I guess it's in the chorus. Yeah, so what does the now herein mean?
I don't know. I don't know what this song means at all. It's definitely a very, like, vague song, like I was saying about Silversun pickups, but, like, I don't know. Like, to me, this is a song I like for the music. I don't care about the lyrics so much.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you like on your usual playlist?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have, like, a usual playlist. I just hit shuffle on everything, more or less.
Right.
So,
right.
but
like
yes, this is in my usual
genre.
rotation, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. It kind of made me want to go listen to some more, like, of that band, which I haven't yet had time to do, but I thought it'd be, kind of see what else they have, too. So, I liked it. I thought it was good. I liked the instrumentation. Good sound.
Yep.
in my very technical critique, it has a good sound.
Yeah, so I like, this is kind of like a garage rockish sort of rough sound.
Yeah.
I like the guitar work towards that end, and the vocals, they're kind of on the rougher end. I think they work really well. I think this is a fun song, honestly. It's kind of, it's got a good groove to it.
Yeah.
And I really like the guitar work, like I was saying, and I think the production with that's very good. The riff is nice. I think that carries the song well. I think it's very well constructed, and I particularly like the ending part.
Yeah. That is very good.
But yeah, so your next song then?
All right. Okay, my next song is another one that I normally wouldn't listen to, is Mainstream Sellout by Machine Gun Kelly. So the reason I picked this is because, there's a lot of talk about Machine Gun Kelly. And, he's kind of switched genres. And now he's kind of doing more like, I guess you would call it like punk, kind of pop kind of stuff, right? He was doing like rap. And I just feel like he's been kind of all over the place with his music. And a lot of people like him, a lot of people hate him. So that's why I put this on the list, just as like discussion, I thought it would be a good one to talk about. I thought this song was kind of, I don't want to say funny, but I guess like, I kind of liked it that it was all like feedback that he's gotten where he's been called a mainstream sellout, basically. And I think there's just a lot of like question marks surrounding Machine Gun Kelly. So that's why I put this on here. It wasn't like my favorite song, but I just kind of just wanted to like listen to it and see what it's all about. So, what did you think of it?
Well, I will say I'm glad this isn't a song that you like
No.
is in your usual rotation that you like, because I would have felt bad because I think this song just sucks.
Yeah, I thought it was
Awful.
pretty like not that great. I'm always trying to be nicer about it. Because I appreciate artists like putting in the work and producing something that they're proud of. So I'm kind of like, why is he doing this? Like, why did he just change genres altogether? Like, completely different. Which, I mean, look, artists are totally allowed to do. But it's just odd to me that, like, you go from trying to be hardcore and, like, beefing with Eminem to, like, totally, like, pop punk kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was just kind of an odd transition, and I never was really a huge fan of Machine Gun Kelly, but people like love him, and so I was kind of like going, what are they seeing that I don't see? So that's really why I wanted to put this on here and kind of discuss it.
Okay. So my prior experience with Machine Gun Kelly is I've heard one song by him that I liked.
Yeah.
And that's the only song I heard by him, so. And I don't know, this one's just bad. I don't get the point of it, because it's supposed to be like a, haters song, like, and this is the kind of thing where you, like, diss the haters, but
yeah,
usually, right?
Right.
But he's just listing things people have been saying to him?
There's no redemption in this song. Like, usually what you're like, with those kinds of songs, you're like, yeah, I have my haters, but I'm doing my own thing and I'm rocking out, you know?
Right, yeah.
And, like, this was not at all. It was just, like, nothing but, like, bad stuff that people have said about him.
It feels extremely insecure. Like, it's just...
Yes. Yes. And I think he is extremely insecure. I mean, like, of course, you never know how someone really is.
No, but the song feels, like, insecure, just... Ugh.
Yeah, like, is it supposed to be, like, provocative? Is it supposed to be, like, am I supposed to feel bad for him? Am I supposed to, like, feel like he overcame this adversity? Like, it doesn't give you that direction,
No, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not in the song. It's just, like... And that's part of, like, so I wrote that this feels unfinished.
Yes.
Like, I put 2 short songs on mine, but I thought that, those were complete songs. This doesn't feel like a complete song. This feels like he wrote half of a song and then just released it. Like, between the lyrics being what they are and just, like, the structure, it just feels unfinished.
I agree completely. And I saw, like, a snippet of another video that he did, and it was, like, he's, like, laying on the bed and all these kittens are, like, walking around, and I was just like, I don't really, like, I'm not really getting, like, where he's, like, I don't know, like, where is his mind at, But, again, it's not really, artists can do whatever they want. But they put their stuff out there for us to critique, right? So yeah. I'm just kind of going like, where is he going with all of this? Like, I think it's very interesting because I thought it was ridiculous that he, like, went up against Eminem, because I'm like, I'm sorry, like, on that scale, like, Eminem's gonna win for me every time. But, like, I've had, like, people who were like, oh, no, Machine Gun Kelly obviously is, like, the better. And I'm going like, I'm sorry. You cannot tell me Machine Gun Kelly is more talented than Eminem is. Like, I just don't see that at all. And then he, like, totally switches to this. And I'm going like, where are you seeing this talent? Because I'm not really feeling it here,
Yeah, this feels like a bad imitation of 2000s era pop, punk, pop rock.
Yes.
Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't nail it at all.
Yes, no, I definitely got that vibe, though. Like, I felt like I could have been like sitting at home after school watching this on TRL on MTV, you know, like throwback, but it wouldn't have been good
No.
then, just like it's not good now. But yeah, I feel like we were a little bit more forgiving back in the early 2000s because we listened to some crazy stuff. But this to me just did not hit the mark. And again, like these weren't my picks of songs that I loved. These were just picks of songs that I thought were interesting to discuss. So
well, I picked songs I liked for all mine, so
see, I should have done that, but I was like, no, I think this will be a good talk because I don't really ever get the chance to like talk about Machine Gun Kelly. And again, I'm always like, what is he doing? Like, why is he doing this? So they just have questions and they need answers.
It has made for good discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And I don't think, like, I know you're not like a huge fan of like probably what I usually listen to. So I was trying to think, like, find some like things like we could discuss and not really been like, oh, I just don't like it. You know what I mean?
To be mean about anything.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't want you to make fun of my music.
I'm more picky than you, like I said
are.
earlier, with music.
Yeah, you are. You know, you have more discerning taste in music than I do. Like, my playlists are, like, all over the place.
I don't know if I'd call it that. Just picky, I think's the right word.
Yeah, there you go.
But, yeah, I've got to ask, do people even care about sellouts anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like everything's a sellout. Like,
right, yeah.
I mean, if we're, like, getting down to it, like, I mean, I don't think people really, I mean, I don't ever hear that, you know, but
like, I think that, because I don't remember hearing that except as, like, a faint whisper from the past, even in, like, the early 2010s, like, that, like, I feel like that fight died in the 90s.
I agree, because I feel like it used to be, like, say you had, like a heavy metal or kind of a more alternative, like, kind of band, and then they went, like, lighter and poppier just to sell records. To me, like, that's what you would call a sellout, you know?
Yeah.
That they went away from their, like, true artistic vision just to sell. But I think now everything is so commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really feel, and the way we listen to and sell music is different now.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like that's even a thing anymore.
No.
That's a really good point.
Like, and I could see people in the, like, pop punk scene not liking Machine Gun Kelly, like, coming on the scene.
Yeah.
Like, but not for, like, I don't know. Like, I can see the mainstream part.
Everything.
But...
Right. And I feel like everything's monetized now. I mean, like, our whole lives on social media are, like, fake. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's a sellout. Like, if you're looking at it that way, like, I don't think that's relevant. And for him to be like, again, it's such an angsty song about being called a mainstream sellout. And I'm like, okay, like, do you want us to feel bad for you?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Do something with that. Don't just be like, here's all the things my haters said. Like, again, I feel like if you're gonna do that, you've gotta, like, show them up or something somehow, or, like...
Yeah, I'm
know.
like, is this, like, a depression song? Like, is it, like, hey, I overcame it? Like, you don't know. It doesn't get into that at all. It's just, like, a list of stuff that people have said about you. Like, what?
Yeah, you gotta be like Taylor Swift and shake it off at the very least.
Yes. Exactly. I actually thought of Taylor when I was listening to the song, because you know how we've talked about her songs where it's like, yeah, these are what my haters are saying, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is not that kind of song.
It's like if she just said what they said and then it didn't have the chorus.
Right, exactly. You'd be like, okay, like, are you whining? Like, what? Like, go cry to somebody else about it. Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Alright, so, we actually talked a lot about that song. I'm kind of surprised.
See?
Alright.
Alright, you have one more, right?
Yes, so, Stupid Horse by 100 gecs from their 2019 album 1000 gecs, which this is another 2000s pop punk, pop rock throwback.
Yeah.
Which, Did you pick this the Machine Gun Kelly song because I sent you mine first? Because I picked this song, or
No,
okay.
I picked the bike song, like thinking this was kind of my
Oh,
like
okay.
outlier, I think, like it has a different sound, but you were saying it's not that weird. But no, Machine Gun Kelly was just like I was trying to think of like what's like a popular like person now that we can kind of
Yeah.
dissect their music kind of thing. That's just, yeah. So
Okay.
no, it wasn't a response, but I did think that this song that you picked was an interesting one. So I thought this was funny. Like I was just kind of like, what? Like I again never heard anything by this
I
artist.
played this song for you.
I kind of figured you did because I was like, again,
You
it
don't
sounds
remember
familiar,
it?
but I have no idea.
You don't remember it?
No, I was like, it sounds familiar, but I have no idea where I would have heard this from. And I didn't think like, oh, Bryce probably played it for me. No, I didn't even think of that. But I was just kind of like, I don't think I've ever heard this artist before. Or at least I did not remember their name. But I was like, I feel like I've heard at least part of the song before. But I was like maybe thinking, where the heck would this have been? Like where would I have heard this from? But of course I should have known it was you.
Yes.
Obviously, it was on your playlist. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, tell me about this song.
So yeah, it's another 2000s throwback. And I think, unlike that previous song, this one actually hits the style really well and also adds to it. So it's got like its own unique twist with the like electronic bits and the vocal effects and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why this conjured up Charlie the Unicorn imagery for me.
It's definitely like part of that cultural melange, I would say. Like
Yeah.
I think that's not a out there, like these are part of the same thing, I would say.
Yes, if you have not listened to the song, you need to go out and listen to it now. I thought it was really funny, and it was kind of like how, like, I just thought the story in the song was funny. Like he wants this horse to win, and so he finds a jockey on a horse and like punches him or something. I don't even remember exactly what it was. But basically, like, he beats the jockey up so he can ride the horse and win, right? And I was just, like, laughing because... Isn't that what he says?
It's because...
Right?
This is betting. It's horse betting, not
right.
ride the horse to win. It's punishing the jockey because the horse lost.
Oh, I thought, like, he rode the horse to make it win.
No.
Like, I got that it was horse betting, but I thought, like, he, like, beat up the jockey so he could ride the horse and make it win.
No, because they're in a Porsche.
What?
That's the chorus.
Right, but I mean, like, he did beat the jockey up.
Yes, then we took the Porsche back to my place.
Yeah, but he says he gets on the horse.
No, me and the horse, we ran out of the place. Then we took my Porsche back to my place.
Okay. I was thinking like he rode the horse.
No,
like we ran out of the place. Like he rode the horse.
The speaker were in the Porsche.
Okay. All right. So him and the horse took the Porsche. I got it. Wait, and then where'd the swordfish dancer come from?
So I thought that was like horse names, but I looked it up and I couldn't find anything about swordfish dancer because, horses have weird names.
Yeah.
Because they have to have unique names, and at some point you run out of normal ones.
Yeah.
So they just have a bunch of weird ones.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, I thought it was funny either way because he talks about how he lost all his money. He fell out of his Porsche. Like, I thought it was just funny. He's like, why am I never getting lucky? I never have any money. Maybe because you bet it on a stupid horse. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a fun
It kind of
song.
took me by surprise at first because, like, just the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
very
what?
distinctive sound.
Yeah.
It's like I said, vocal effects, very like high pitched, like kind of manic energy vocal effect.
Yes, definitely manic energy. Definitely made me think of Charlie the Unicorn. Like I was just picturing that whole thing, like listening to the song. So, Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking he took the horse and won.
No.
Because he didn't win, obviously.
Lost the money in my bank account. That's not winning.
Yeah, I just thought, like, he was like, I could do this better. I could do this better than the jockey, so I'm going to beat the jockey up and take the horse.
Beat the jockey up because the horse lost.
Because he lost. I mean, it's kind of harsh. But, yeah. Poor little guy. Poor little jockey. Loses a race and then gets beat up. How rude.
Yeah, I think...
Way to kick a guy when he's down.
I think this is a fun and funny song.
It is.
Yeah, I like like I said, the genre, and I think this actually, like, adds some new stuff to it.
Yeah.
Right, and it's got this, like, high tempo, like, infectious energy, and I think the lyrics are good, the chorus is very good, you know, very sing-alongable. I like in the first in particular, where they rhyme place with place 3 times.
Yeah. That's true.
So, yeah, that's Stupid Horse.
Stupid Horse by 100 gecs on their album 1000 gecs. I thought that was funny too. I was like, wait, is it 100 or 1000? I had to go like look back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely need to get more into that one. Fun times.
Right, well, anything else to add about the mixtape?
I just thought, you know, I think it's funny, like, doing a mixtape where you pick songs and I pick songs, because I know we're gonna come up with, like, totally different, like, things and some interesting picks that we can talk about, so I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think maybe if we do this in the future, we might want to, like, come up with a theme.
Yeah.
But also, we could just do it like this again, where it's just pick a bunch of songs.
Like, off the wall, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess I'll take us out.
Alright.
Alright, well, that's been Beach View, our podcast, and we hope you enjoyed our mixtape. Bye.